The 11th on our installment, Kislev. So as the world turns, we are on the Zohar in Matok M'dvash. It's on page Tov Kuf Yud Zayin. And it's parses for Yishlach Daf Kuf Samach Zayin in the Zohar itself, Omid Beis. And the Zohar begins and it says, V'yeshuvach ha-malachim al Yaakov, and the malachim returned to Yaakov, Lamor, saying, Banu el achicho Esav, we came to your brother to Esav, V'gam cholik the krossacha, and he's also coming to meet you. V'arba meus ish imo, and he has 400 men with him. So he asked, Haven the arba banach el achicho, so the Zohar asks, since he came to his brother, Lo yudanda de Yehu Esav, what do we have to say his name too? Lava chobi yitzarach lovo bilos she'el Esav. Maybe Yaakov, or the Zohar is thinking maybe that Yaakov, the Pasuk is thinking maybe Yaakov has another brother someplace. Besides Esav, and Mitaret and answers. But they said to Rachel, Bano el Achicho, we came to your brother. Maybe between now and then he's a different person and he did Shuva. But also and now he's going in the right way. So he says, in Zohar, he says, Lav Hachi, that's not true. Ela Esav Arasha can be Kara. Edu came Elohu Esav Arasha Kodem, he's the same bad guy. Vod Vagam Holik Lakroscha, not only that, but he's coming to meet you. Maybe you thought maybe he's by himself. Also, he's coming. So he said, Zohar, he says, Love, no. Ela Arba Chabeas Ishimo, he has 400 men with him. That they're coming to fight you, to take war with you. So all of this, why did he say it? Why did they say to him? Why are they doing this? In order to frighten him? Because Hashem always is exalted by the prayers of tzaddikim. And he crowns himself or adorns himself with their prayers. The Fisha HaKadosh Baruch Hu wrote he really always wants the tefillah of people who are righteous. And he actually crowns himself, or he makes a tremendous gold of what. Make your own picture in your mind of a crown for his head. Look at the Amrach of Pirush Matok M'dvash, it's Zohar. He said, the Halkum Malacha, the that Malach, which is appointed over the prayers of the Yisrael of the Jewish people, is called Sandal. Sandal Shemeh. Sandal. He's called Sandal. Nato called Inan Slusin the High Olamim. So he makes for this prayers, and he takes for them, and he makes a crown for the Chai Olamim. What's Chai Olamim? Kud lokech kol tefilas Yisrael. It takes all of the prayers of the Jewish people. V'osivechem atar b'rosh Chai Olamim, on the head of the Chai Olamim. V'ukmucha, this has been explained. V'kvar b'yaruhu b'drashim. Because Shechet Tzalus Chantz Tzedekah, and certainly the prayers of the righteous, of the real saints. The Kudsha Barichu is Isra'ebahu. Because Shechet Tefillah Shal Tzaddikim Shal Kodesh Baruch Hu wrote Behem, because he wants their prayers more than anything else. This Avad is Avdach Atar is Atra. He makes from those prayers a crown to place on his head. Be'inan Slusin the Kudsha Barichu, those prayers that are coming for the Kodesh Baruch Hu. V'na'asach b'tareth l'is'ata b'chem b'Kodesh Baruch Hu b'ozach tefilos. So if you say like this, Mishirian Kadeshim Kavaka Asyan Imei Amai Dochel. So if he had all of these captains of angels going along with him, why was he frightened? Why should he be afraid of Esav? But tzaddikim don't rest on their laurels. That they did something good in the past and therefore they get a pass. But they rely on their prayers and their requests before their master. Come and see. Rabbi Shimon says like this, Zohar, Tzelusa the Sagiin Saleh Kamekutchabrichu, V'Hu Mis'ata V'Hachud Tzelusa. But Tefillah Shel Rabim, when there are a lot of people praying at one time, Olo Lefnecha B'Kodesh Baruch, it goes up before a Kodesh Baruch Hu, Mis'ata B'Oza Tefillah, and he crowns himself with that tefillah. It becomes a crown for him. Begin to salka begavani misigi and the fishahi oile bekama ufani gavanas of shilas, because there are many different types of intentions and directions and questions that a people bring before Hashem. Kizeh shol refuah, one is asking for healing, v'zecha parnasa, another one for parnasa, v'zecha b'anim, another one for children, v'zecha b'chaim kiyotz, and one for life, and like that. There's so many different ways, so many different things that we need. But the fish are riboy shilos olos the, and since all of these multitude of shilos come before questions, come before Kodesh Baruch Hu, before the Shechina rather, nechmarim rachamim berosa kamachatz it's starchus yesh ba'olim. So he says, then it awakens his Rachmanis in seeing this Shechina that is a Kodesh Baruch Hu, that Zeranpin sees this Rachmana Kambad, its Rachus Yesh Ba'olam, how many things are needed in the world. Kobelis is called the Tefillos, and as a result of that, he receives all of the Tefillos. Viscalis Makabach Citrin, the Nechlalis Makabach Stadim, that is, it's encoded from all different kinds of sides, from Zohar Lomar. Even if he accepts the prayers that are directed at him from people who have been sinning. So since tefillah has so many different ways that are and channels that are coming from each individual who prays, those channels make a beautiful crown. And it's placed it's placed on the head of the tzaddik, this Chai Olamim. What's the Chai Olamim that he's been talking about? Through these prayers, then Mochim are come down from up high, from up above, and they bring down a crown that comes on top of the head of Zer Anpin. It's because of the Yesod, which is one of the spheros of Zer Anpin, which is the nozzle and the flow point that actually connects to the female aspect that is able to reproduce and produce the Shabbos Chadashos in the world, the Shabbos in the world. So the Yesod Tzaddik, the Tzaddik is called Tzaddik Chai Olamim. That is, the Yesod is called by that name. The Fishu Machai as called the Olamos, because from the Yesod of Zer Anpin brings life force to all of the worlds. That in giving everything that is lacking, every individual lacking, all of them is sufficient for what they're lacking. But let's say one person, you pray by yourself. If you pray by yourself, then you only have one channel that's going up. It's not. It doesn't have so many things in it. It's only one path. So therefore, the prayer of an individual by himself is not made to be built and be received in such a way as you would have if you were praying, let's say, with a lot of people. Tefillas Yachid Einem Misukenis, it's not built properly, that tefillah of an individual are not complete. The Hiskabel of Tefillas of Rabbim, like the same thing as with the tefillah of the majority. V'tochaze Yaakov Kolil Chavi. So it said, wait a minute, Yaakov, Uba Urei, Ki Yaakov Choysen Tefillas Kolula B'Tefillas B'Nabalav Shehis Palavimo. So that Yaakov had 12 sons. When he prayed, they prayed too. So also, that is, that he became like the ultimate path through which their prayers all joined with his. And as a result of that, so he says, Kama Shiloh, so many questions, beseechings, So therefore, the tefillah of them has so much in it because they are incorporated within themselves all the prayers of everyone. Okay. So therefore, because they're able to incorporate the prayers of so many within themselves and then offer them up to Hashem, as a result of that, they are considered to be, that's the work of the tzaddik. Malkat said, V'yira Yaakov ma'od v'yetzala. So he said that Yaakov was very, very afraid, and it became a problem for him. Pirush Matok M'dvash. Why did Hashem bring him this fear as he's about to come across Esav? So that he should pray with his whole heart, his whole soul. Because of one reason, the Kodesh Baruch Hu wants his prayer. Does Hashem need the prayers? The prayers themselves are a mechanism by which we bring Shefa to ourselves. Because if it reaches the level of Zer Anpin, then it's going to go up to the Most High, the Meroma Ma'alos, they call it, and it's going to come back to us in purity. So that's what he is saying. Okay, this is the last paragraph. Is Rabbi Yehuda Pasuk for Omar. Rabbi Yehuda began to say like this: Ashrei Adam b'pachad tamid. Happy is the man who is always worried. Ashrei mi shedoig b'pachad tamid. What is he afraid of? Ma'on shegehenem, for the punishments and the embarrassment and the terrible pain of Gehenim. Uvukach yisrachek ma'avera. And for this reason, that he thinks about this, he'll keep himself from doing something wrong. Also this pasuk, and the person who hardens his soul, he's going to fall into evil. The machazik as levavo of a low mefached, and doesn't not see the fear out there mefached ba'oinish. He's not afraid of what could happen to him. Who yipo begehenim, he's going to fall into Gehenna hanikra roa, which is called bad. Today the farish pasuk zeh hikting v'amar. So now to explain this first he comes preliminary to say this. Zakayin inun Yisrael the kutra barichu Isra'ebahu. Ashrechem Yisrael, happy are the Jewish people. Shakodesh Baruch Hu Bachar bechem, that Hashem chose them mitzad ratzon the elyon, for the side of an upper will, from an inspiration from up above, rachamim peshutim, with simple mercy. Below mitzad shehem kol yeruim l'kach, not because the Jewish people are anything special. L'kach mitzad the ma'aseicha, because of what we do, because we're in the midst of, just look at us in the world, in the midst of making terrible mistakes all the time. V'yahav flown the rise of the kshut begin the miskei ba l'chai alma. But he gave us, even though there were nothing special about us as a people, because we're human beings also. But on the Yevanasa l'chem teres emes, but he gave it to the Jewish people, us, a true Torah, in order to merit from this the next world. The call man the ishtadpa raisa kudribarichu ma shechalei chaim iloyin, because any person who's working on the Torah, is learning Torah, listening to shiurim, doing what he can, the person places into that place upper life force, and he will bring that person in to the next world. He called Misha that anybody who's working on Torah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moshe v'lav Chaim al Yonim u'mevi yosil v'chaylam habo. The Chsiv is written like this: Ki hi chayecha, because this is your life. V'olam hazeh. Boruch yamecha, and the length of your days, l'olam habo, the next world. V'chsiv u'v'davar chaser ta'arichu yamim, and in this you're going to be able to stretch out your days. Stam yamim kol yamim b'mash, but all your days we're going to be something special. Dahainu chayim b'chai alba, that is life in this world. V'chayim ba'alba da'asi, and life in the world to come. Chayim ba'olam hazeh v'chayim ba'olam habo. And that is the shir for today. Thank you for coming along. Kol tov.